Good morning, students. Welcome back to Web Technologies class. In today's class, I'll explain you about control statements in JavaScript. Okay, so what are the control statements? What is the use of the control statement? What type of control statements are available in JavaScript? That we'll discuss today. Okay, so the statements which controls the execution, which controls the flow of program execution are known as control statements. Okay, see, actually generally when you write the program, the statements will be executed in the same order as you have written, but based on a condition, if you want to execute any statement, then we'll use the control statements. Okay, so in JavaScript, here we have different types of control statements. One is a conditional statement and the second one is an iterative statement. Okay, so conditional statements are also called as the decision making, selection statements and all. Right, so how many types of control statements we have? Two types of control statements we have. One is a conditional and the second one is a iterative. Okay, I think it is a very known topic to you all, but it is there in JavaScript. I am explaining once again. Right, conditional statement. Now we'll discuss one by one slowly. Conditional statements. So conditional statements are nothing but these are the statements which execute a statements based on the given condition result. Okay, so in a conditional statement, what we'll do is we'll give one condition. Based on the condition result, we'll execute the statements. See example, a value is there, b value is there. I will check whichever biggest number is there, only that value I want to print. So what I will do, first I will check if a is greater than b or not. If it is a is greater than b, then I will print a value, else I will print a b value. So based on the condition result, I will execute some statements. Okay, such type of statements are called as a conditional statements. So we have a different categories again in a conditional. Just I'm giving example. Here you can see the flow chart. First I am giving a condition. If it is a true, you will get a true result, else you will get a false result. Okay, if it is a true, some statement will be executed, and if it is a false, some statement will be executed. Right, but here the statements are executing based on the condition result. Okay, based on the condition result, the statements will be executed. Now here we have a different types of conditional statements. Okay, the first one is a if statement. Okay, if statement, actually always the condition statements are a two-way decision making statements. Always it will give either true or a false value. Right, so it is also means and we can say that always a conditional statement gives a boolean result. Okay, boolean result means what? It is either true or false. Okay, so now if statement, one category of the conditional statement is a if statement. So when you want to check for a certain condition, for a specific condition, and when a condition is and I want to execute a statement if the condition is true only. If the condition is false, I don't want to execute anything. In such cases, you can implement if statement. Okay, and means this if statement will check for only the true value. If it is a false value, nothing will be executed from this category. Okay, here you see syntax. If condition is true, if the condition is true, then what happened? Whatever true block is there, that will be executed. If the condition is false, nothing will be executed, because here it is only this type of if condition is written for only one possibility, true. See here example, script where a equals to 20 I have given. Okay, so a value is greater than 10, then a value is printed. Then what message you will get? Value of a is greater than 10. That message is printed. So here a value is greater than 10 only. So what message you will get? Value of a is greater than 10. That message is printed. Okay, now I am closing the script. So if the condition, if the value a value is less than 10, then what happened? That part I have not given. So as already explained, this type of condition statement is used to check only for a true value, not for a false value. Okay, this program explanation I have given here. Now the next extension of if statement is a if else. Else means what actually? Else means it is a false part. Means if the given condition, in any case, if the given condition is given a false value, what should be executed? That will write in a else part. So here what is the else part? Else part, we can say that else part is a false block. Okay, so if the given condition is not true, if the given condition is false, then I want to execute some statements. That statement should be written inside the false block. See here, if condition it is true, lines of code to be executed if the condition is true. If the condition is true, what you want to execute? In the else part, if the given condition is false, what you want to execute? That information will give in a else part. Now you see this example program here. HTML body script. So wherever you read the script diagram, from that area your program JavaScript code will start. Okay, now you see a equals to 20, a module 2. A module 2 means what? We are finding the remainder of a given number. So if a module 2 equals to 0, then what we are printing, the given number is a even number, else we are giving a odd number. So what result you will get? All the statements are not executed. Okay, based on the condition, result will be printed. So what is the condition here? A module 2 is a true. A module 2 equals to 0. A value is what? 20. 20 module 2, obviously you will get remainder 0. Then what will be printed? A is the even number will be printed. Okay, so based on the condition result, the statements are executed. Here, for what purpose I am writing a program? You checking whether the given number is even or not. If it is giving if the result is 0, means the number is divisible by 2, and if you are getting a remainder 0, then you will get message as an even number, like that. Now the next one is in a if-else if statement, first we'll check the condition. If the condition is true, the true block will be executed. So if the condition is false, then we'll check another condition. Okay, that is possible by using a else if condition, right? So in previous just now what I've explained, if and else if the condition is true, then one block will be executed. If the condition is false, another block will be executed. Then but some cases, if the given condition is false, if alternative condition, more conditions are there, more possibilities are there, then in the else part also we have to check the condition, right? So that is possible by using a else if statement. Okay, so here in the else if statement you can see the syntax. Here. Okay, so first if condition, next if the condition is true, then true block will be executed. If the condition is false, in the else part we are giving one more condition, that will be executed. Okay, this is a program. Now you see the example program here. Body script, a equals to 20. So first what we are doing is, a value is equals to 10 or not, we are checking. No, it is not, because a value is at 20. Now a is not equals to 10. Then again in the else part, condition is false, no? Then we'll come to the else part. In the else part, a equals to 15. That checking. If it is a equals to 15, then 15 is printed. Example, a is not equals to 15 also. Then we'll check for a equals to 20. Okay, so a equals to 20, then that condition we are checking. If a equals to 20, that is executed. If it is not, then a is not equals to 10, 15, 20, that message is printed. Here only the thing is, whatever variable value is there, that is compared with each and every possibility. So first we'll check one condition. If it is true, whatever is there in the true block, that will be executed. If it is false, we'll check one more condition, that is also false, we'll check one more condition. So like this we'll check number of possibilities using a else if. Okay, now the next one is a switch statement. See what is the switch statement? See, if you have a 2 or 3, 4 conditions, then check possibilities. But if you have more number of conditions like 10 or 12 possibilities, then this decision making statement is using a decision making statement is difficult to identify test. In that cases, we'll use a switch. Okay, once you see the switch statement syntax, in switch statement we'll give a switch, and in the expression is a relation expression. Whatever result you are getting from that that is compared with the case value, like a value 1 value 2 is there, no? Like that you can write the number of values you can write. So whichever expression result is matching with that case value, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. Okay, so here switch expression, whatever result you are getting from that expression, now that is compared with the case value. Whichever case value is matching with that expression result, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. Okay, if all case values are not matching with the result, then the default one will be executed. In this example program you can say grade one variable b, and I am using that b as a relation expression result. Now switch grade means what there, b. Now after the grade you see that b is compared with the case value. What is the case value there? A. It is not matching. Next it is matching, it is comparing with the second case. In the second case, case b is there, so that block will be executed and the remaining blocks will be skipped. So like this, for one relation expression you can write number of possibilities. Whichever case value is matching with whichever case value is matching with the expression result, no, that block will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. Okay, so this is about a switch statement. Actually, what is the main difference between a switch and if is, in a switch we can write n number of conditions, more number of conditions you can write. Using a if statement we can write limited number of condition. Here example, in a one example program you can write a 10 to 20 case values. Okay, cases you can write. So whichever case value is matching with that expression result, that will be executed and the remaining will be skipped. So this is about condition statement. And the next category of control statement is a loops. Okay, so it is similar to your C, C++ and Java. Loops means when you want to execute block of statements number of times until the given condition is false, then we'll use the loops. Okay, same block of statement you want to execute number of times, then you can use a loop. So loops also there are two types. One is entry control and the second one is exit control. In entry control, see, first we'll check the condition. If the condition is true, whatever you have given in the body, that will be executed. Loop body, that will be executed. Okay, entry control means before executing a body of the loop, we'll check the condition, that is entry controlled. Under exit controlled, after executing the body, we'll check the condition, that is the exit control. Okay, so what is the main use of the loop? Loops are used to execute block of statements number of times until the given condition is false. Example, if you want to print a second table, 2 ones are 2, 2 is a 4, 2 is a 3. Same block of statement, how many times you are executing? 10 times. For such things, you can use the loops. Okay. Now, we have a different forms of loops here. First one is a while loop. While loop is an entry control loop. Here, first we'll check the condition. If the condition is true, then the body of this loop will be executed. See here, while condition. Condition is a relation expression. Okay, so here it will give the value based on that result. Whatever statements are there in the loop, that will be executed. Right, here you see the example program. I equals to 1, I less than or equals to 10. Condition is true, then body of the loop will be executed. Again it is incremented by 1. Now what is our value? 2. 2 less than 10. Condition is true, that is printed. Next it is incremented by 1. 3 less than 10, condition is true, that is printed. Similarly, same this block of statement continues when the I values reaches to 11. So when it reaches when I values reaches to 10, 10 less than 10, condition false, then the control comes out of that part. Okay, and that is the while loop. Now come to the do while. Do while is exit control loop. Before checking the condition, first it will execute the body, then it will check the condition. If the condition is true, then it will execute the statements for the next time. Okay, at the end of the loop it checks the condition. So that is why it is called as a exit controlled loop. Okay, same example program you can implement here. Here you see I equals to 1. Okay, do document dot write. So first I is printing. After that I is incrementing by 1. Now what is I value? 2. After that you see while 2 less than or equals to 5. Condition is true. Then again we'll go to the do. 2 is printed. 2 is incremented. So here what is the difference between while and the do while? While first we are checking the condition. If the condition is true, then only the body of the loop will be executed. But in case of do while, unconditionally, before checking the condition, first the body of the loop will be executed, next we will check the condition. Okay, so that is the case in a do while. The remaining is same, initialization, condition, body of the loop, everything is same. Okay, now for loop. For loop is also similar to while and do while. In for loop also we have a initialization, condition and addition. But instead of writing in a different lines, all three things will write in a same line in a for loop. Okay, now see the syntax. Here for first one is it is a initialization, condition, increment or decrement. Initialization means initializing the counter variable. Condition, what condition means like while and do while we have given a relation expression, same thing will give in a for loop. Increment, whether you want to increment a counter variable or not, that information will give in a increment. Okay, see that I'll explain using example program. Here you see x. For x equals to 2, x less than or equals to 4, x plus plus. Example, x equals to 2 means what? We are printing a values from 2. What is the range there? 4. Means whatever values you are printing, that should be less than or equals to 4. Now it is x equals to 2, then that value is printed. Next x is incremented by 1. 3 less than or equals to 4, condition is true. Then again 3 is printed. Again x is incremented by 4. 4 less than or equals to 4, condition is true, 4 is printed. Now x is incremented by 1. 5 less than or 4, condition false, then control comes out of the loop. Okay. So here only the thing you need to remember is same block of statement will be executed number of times. Okay. The next is one more loop is there, that is a for in loop. Okay, so what is the use of the for in loop? For in loop check every object is exist in the list or not. If every object is exist in the list, that is printed. So that is why whatever variable is there, that in object we are checking. Whatever, if variable is there in that object, that is printed. Variable is there in that object, that is printed. Okay, same thing, but instead of writing the three things, here we are writing only one. Here I will explain the example program. You see, for ITR, wait for 5 minutes. ITR in languages. So first ITR is check. I will check ITR in languages. If it is there, that is printed. Okay, ITR is a variable. Okay, so one by one the variables are printed here using a for in loop. See, whatever loop it may be, while, do while, for loop, the procedure is same. Okay, the execution method may be different. Okay, so this is about control statements in the loops. The next built-in objects we'll discuss in the next class. Thank you. So now we explain the conditional statements and iterative. So conditional statement, in a conditional statements, the statements are executed based on the condition result. Okay, like if else, if else if. Okay, that will come under conditional statements. Iterative statements, if you want to execute a block of statements number of times until a given condition is false, then we'll use the iterative statements. And iterative statements also, there are two types. Means iterative statements are also called as the loops. There are two types of loops. One is entry and the second one is exit. So in a entry controlled, if the condition is true, then the statements will be executed. If the condition is false, nothing will be executed. So while loop and for loop will come under entry control, where we'll check the condition first. If the condition is true, means based on the condition result, the body of the loop will be executed. Under exit control, we have only do while, where unconditionally the body of the loop will be executed. After executing body of the loop once, we'll check the condition. Okay, so this part already I have explained. Other than this, in JavaScript we have two more this control statements that are break and continue. Okay, so first we'll discuss about break. So break, you can write inside a switch statement or inside any loop also. What is the use of this break, which is used to break the loop, or it is used to break the cases in switch statement. So once the break is executed, then what happened? Whatever remaining statements are there after the break, that will not be executed. So this break is most probably will use loops. Okay, and what is the use of this? Before executing complete loop, in between only you can stop the execution of the loop using a break statement. For example, you are searching 1 to 100 numbers, and total 1 to 100 numbers are there. I want to check whether the 50 is there or not. So when I found 50, the remaining statement should not be executed. So I'll give the condition that if I equals to 50, break. So when the condition is true, the remaining statements will not be executed. Means when the condition is true, after that condition, whatever statements are there, all the statements are skipped. Okay, and we'll use this loops we'll use this break statement in a loops and switch statement also. The syntax is just to give the break and give the semicolon. And you see the example here. Sorry, syntax I have given for loop, initialization, condition, updation, and I have code inside the for loop. I have given one conditional statement. If the condition is true, I have given a break. So when I have given the break, whatever statements are there after the break, that will not be executed. Okay, understood? So this is about break. Now here the next statement is a continuous statement. See, continuous statement, it is a control statement only, which controls the flow of execution only. But how it will work is, see, previous example only I will take. I want to search numbers 1 to 100, and in that number, while printing, I don't want to print a number 50. Only one particular statement I want to skip. Okay, so there I will use a continuous statement. So continuous statement is used to skip one particular statement only, not a complete block. So when the condition is true, immediately the next iteration will be stopped, incremented automatically. Okay, and counter variable will be implemented. Immediate execution, whatever statement is there, that will not be executed. Control variable will be incremented automatically. Means it will jump the one execution. Okay, so that is the continuous statement. Okay, these two also come under this control structures. Here break and continue. Break is used to stop the statements which are after the condition. Means if the condition is true, whatever statements are there after that, that will be executed. The next one is a continue. It is used to skip only one particular statement, not all. Okay, so this here also, here I have given one example program. Once you see count less than or equals to 10. Okay, we are printing numbers from example 0 to 10. Now every time it is incrementing by 1. Next, if count percentile 2 equals to 0, then continue. Count percentile 2 equals to 0, continue means whatever even numbers are there, that is not printed. Okay, if count percentile 2 equals to 0, then continue. Then what happened? Even numbers, it won't print, because it is equals to means that the next statement will be skipped, no, that is not printed. Okay, so this is about control statements in JavaScript. In the next class, we will discuss about built-in objects. Thank you.